finally, you can bombard them with personal questions, which is something I'm about to do. The three chefs made a leap of faith and started their own restaurant in the Xinyi district of Taipei, bringing with them their knives, their spatulas, and their dreams. The name of the trendy yet unpretentious place speaks for itself, serving culinary dishes from their hometown, and of course, with some personal flair. Hello, Eric.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Glad to be here.
Welcome.
So I have a question for you. What exactly is New American Cuisine? Your interpretation of it.
To our interpretation is use local ingredients and what's in season is most important to us. A lot of people always think that, based on the fact that they think import is always the best, but it really is not the case. What we try to do is try to implement the whole farm-to-table concept, the whole belief, and really support the local farmers and drive that program.
Well, you're, Taiwanese, but you grew up in the States.
Yeah, I was.
So you're the only Taiwanese person here.
Yes.
In this kitchen.
Yeah.
So you brought them back.
Yeah.
So you're the mastermind.
No. I'm just one of them.
Okay.
So it's just we've been working together for a while, and I think the camaraderie and all that is really there, and I'm really fortunate to have.
How did you lure them back here?
With
What
hugs
did you tell them?
hugs and kisses, the empty promises and rainbows and unicorns.
All that, and they bought it, right?
Yep, they bought it.
Okay. You're preparing a new dish for us today, right?
Yes. More or less, it's still in the works, but I think we got the general spectrum down.
So it's not on the menu yet?
It's not on the menu
So
yet.
I'll be the first one to try it, right? Okay, I'm excited.
So you gotta give us your honest feedback.
Okay.
This is our take on Juno's House chicken. What we have here is I'm gonna show you the dredge.
Okay.
Our dredge itself is gluten-free. It's composed of rice flour, cornstarch,
Just kind of coat it?
and tapioca.
Okay.
This we came across on this recipe by accident. We're actually very fortunate to be able to discover this because a lot of people that are has gluten allergy won't be able to have the pleasure of eating fried chicken.
Okay.
But with this,
You can, right?
Yes, it's completely gluten-free.
So this is kind of like orange chicken.
This is a very thin border between the two.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Juno's House chicken, the biggest difference is the spiciness.
Oh,
It takes
spiciness.
on a lot more of that sweetness and the sourness away.
Fresh peppers are sprinkled on top of the fried chicken after entering the fryer for 6 to 8 minutes. And since the chicken was previously brined, salts are not needed in this step. Boasting as a melting pot of culinary creations, Eric incorporates couscous, which is the staple food of North African cuisine, in replacing the traditional fried rice that's often served with General Tso chicken. By mixing together key ingredients including chives, parsley, broccoli, mint, and crushed spicy peanuts, the couscous salad is on its way to completion. Local kumquats are paired with tomato paste, sesame oil, soy sauce, and chili sauce to add in a hint of citrus fragrance, making the dish lighter than a conventional one. And last but not least, scallions, pickled green onions, chili peppers, and crushed peanuts are used to garnish Eric's adaptation of the General Tso chicken. Voila! And in another corner of the kitchen, Korean-American chef Han is prepping a hometown-inspired dish. So what did Eric promise you when he told you, let's move to Taiwan?
Well, Eric and I, we've been talking about moving to Taiwan for a while. We always wanted to open our restaurant, and the timing was right, so it just seemed like the perfect time.
Did he promise you a sea of hot girls?
I'm still waiting on that.
Okay, so what are we making now?
Right now I have a mixture of AP flour,
Okay.
Rice flour, and cornstarch. And I'm making the batter for these scallion pancakes.
Okay. I love the Korean seafood pancake. Is that kind of
Well, basically,
what it is?
basically it's the same thing, and you can incorporate any type of ingredients to the batter to make different styles of pancakes. And being out here makes every time I miss
home, right?
Miss home, then I'll just incorporate the dishes my mom used to make
Yeah.
into the menu.
But then you also use local ingredients as well.
I do. That's the main part of the restaurant here is that we try to stay sustainable and local as possible.
Han says the carbonation in the sparkling water makes the batter light and crispy. After giving it a good stir, we're ready to start our cooking process. So are all your dishes like Korean cuisine influenced?
Some, since there's so many backgrounds that work
Yeah.
here that try to, put a little more fun into the dishes.
After forming the pancake, scallions and red chili peppers are added before cooking it on the flat-top grill. While frying an egg on the side, Hans spreads the aioli sauce on the pancake, which has an additional kick to it, thanks to the red chili pepper paste.
So we have here the pancake in the griddle, and I'm gonna add a little local cabbage, just raw cabbage. This is a popular dish in Taiwan, just local from the mountain area called xiangsheng. Depending on what local ingredients are available,
Finishing it with the furikake breadcrumbs, Han's dish is a perfect example of fusion cuisine, combining culinary elements of Korean, Taiwanese, and Japanese foods. An exquisite meal is never satisfactory without some sweetness. Guatemalan chef Melanie, the pastry chef of the restaurant, also shares the same culinary beliefs. So, Eric persuaded you to come to Taiwan.
Yes.
How do you feel about that after being here?
It's been pretty hard to adjust. I mean, it's completely different culture shock, but people are super nice here, and they make it really easy to adapt. And I don't speak a lick of Mandarin, and everybody just helps you out, which is really great.
Well, I guess you communicate through desserts, right?
Yeah, here.
Okay, so if we want to get our sugar fix, we come to you. So what are we making today?
We're making a play on rice pudding.
Okay.
Something that's from my childhood, but not really, because the version that we're doing here is we're incorporating more Taiwanese ingredients. We're doing a rice pudding with red rice, or purple rice actually in Mandarin.
Okay, and what do you usually use instead?
Either jasmine rice or short grain rice. We have one back home, it's broken. They sell it broken rice, and that's what you use to make it. It's actually served hot and on a cold day, so we're doing the cold version, which is more room temperature.
Melanie puts a spin on her mother's arroz con leche by mixing seasonal local fruits with purple rice, coconut milk, citrus, cinnamon, and vanilla. The puffed rice, along with the lace cookie that's created with flour, butter, and citrus, is placed in the middle to give the dessert a crunchy texture. With homemade passion fruit sorbet, candied kumquats, and micro basil as the final ingredients, Melanie's luscious treat is set to end your evening on a high note. I think it's fantastic how you guys are bringing the best foods from your hometown to the table to Taiwan. What I think about New American cuisine is I think it's like full of surprises. You never know what's coming, and it depends because you guys change the menu accordingly to the season, right?
There's things that we use here that we wouldn't use back home just because they're available here. So we try to find ways to incorporate that.
I love this. Really good.
Thank you.
Full of surprises.